Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Live Math with Mr. C. Um, so for this edition of Live Math with Mr. C, I got a request. One of my nieces said she was having difficulty with with multiplication. Particularly, she's pretty good at multiplication, but particularly the 8 and 9 fact family she was having some difficulty with. So I'm going to do a video on multiplication specifically with the 8 fact family. And I'm going to start off with the skip counting strategy. Now, with every fact family in single digit multiplication, every fact family, 0 to 10, really 0 to 12, if you know how to skip count, if you know how to count by, I'll even give you the order. If you know how to count by 2s, 5s, and 10s, let me rephrase that. If you know how to skip count a certain number, very easy to understand. Very easy to understand how to multiply, regardless of what the fact family is. As far as what order you should learn your fact families, here's I'll give you the rundown on that before I start. 10 fact family, 5 factly, 10, 5, and 2 fact family. Those are the good first 3 fact families to start with. Those are the easiest. Then once you have the 10, 5, and 2 fact family mastered, then I would recommend the 3 and 4 fact family. Then after that, I would recommend the 6 and 7 fact family. And then last, I would say the hardest of the single digit fact families is the 8 and 9 fact family. All right, but this episode, it's focused on the 8 fact family, and I'm going to start by skip counting. I'm going to skip count from 0 to 80, counting by 8s. Ready? 0, 8, 0, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. One thing I would recommend doing is I would definitely recommend practicing the strategy of skip counting every day, even for 10 minutes a day. And you can do it in a fun way. Like I practice skip counting numbers on the board, but you can go outside, you can write these numbers with chalk, and then you can jump the numbers. So there's fun ways to do it. You can do it as part of having fun outside while you're exercising. So there's a lot of different ways to practice, and it doesn't have to be boring. There are ways to make it more fun. But this is in order from 0 to 10. These are this is how you would skip count by 8. Now I'm going to go a little more into the 8 fact family. There is a row memorization aspect of skip counting. And I think both's important. It's important to be able to memorize certain math facts, particularly when you're dealing with single-digit numbers. But you also want to understand, you want to be able to understand the concept and how to apply the concept when it comes to word problems and other types of problems. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get into multiplication for the 8 fact family. I'm going to show you how you can do it in your head and how you can do it without. And I will also give a couple of strategies for if you're not able to do the 8 fact family in your head. If you're not able to do the 8 fact family in your head, there are some picture strategies that work very, very well. But, you want to know the picture strategies, and you want to also build up your fluency and do a little bit of row memorization. I would recommend doing both. All right. So multiplication With any fact family, basically just means you're adding the same number multiple times. Now, any number, I went over this in one of my shorts, any number times 0 is always going to equal 0. 0 times 8 is going to equal 0. 0 times 100 would equal 0. Anything times 0, the answer is always going to be 0. So that's for starters. Now, when it comes to multiplication, all multiplication really is adding the same number over and over again. 1 times 8 means you're starting with 0 and you're adding one group of 8. Now, again, anything times 0 equals 0, but that's not the same for plus. If you have anything plus 0, anything plus 0 won't always equal 0. But anything times 0 is always going to equal 0. But if it's an addition problem and you're adding 0 to something, it might not always equal 0. That's a little different. All right. But 1 times 8 means that you're adding one group of 8. 2 times 8 means that you're adding two groups of 8. 2 times 8 it would be like adding 8 plus 8. Just a different way of writing the problem, really. 3 times 8 would be the same as adding 8 plus 8 plus 8. 4 times 8 would be the same as adding 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. 3 times 8 means that you're adding 8 3 times. 2 times 8 means that you're adding the number 8 twice. 9 times 8 means that you're adding the number 8 9 times. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this again with the skip counting strategy, and then I will give you another strategy for how to solve this if you aren't familiar with skip counting. So 0 times 8 is 0. 1 times 8 means you're starting at 0 and you're adding 8 to that. 0 plus 8 equals 8. 1 times 8 equals 8. Anything times 1 is always going to be the number itself. Now, if you're not able to add in your head, one strategy is to make groups of something and then put 8 in each group. Let's say I want to make, let's see. I usually make groups of x's, but you can really make groups of anything. Let's say I wanted to make groups of dummy bears, part of my drawing. So 1 times 8, you can draw a circle, draw 8 gummy bears in the circle, and then count the total number of gummy bears. I'm just going to draw the gummy bear's head. Excuse the really, really bad drawing. I am not an artist. No, I think I'm just going to go with x's because I can fit it in there, but so one group of 8. So draw a circle, put 8 x's in the circle, and count the total number of x's. So I have one group of 8. So I'm going to count the total number of x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you're going to do a picture strategy like this, make sure that you space out the x's or dots or whatever you're using within the circle. All right. The biggest mistake students usually make with this is they'll bunch up their x's and they'll miscount. All right. 2 times 8. So 8 plus 8 equals 16. I just added 2 groups of 8. 2 times 8 equals 16. Now again, if I can't do that in my head, if I'm not able to add 8 plus 8 in my head, another strategy, let me use a different color for this. Another strategy is I'm going to make 2 circles. And I'm going to draw 8 in each circle, and I'm going to count the total amount. So I'll use dots for this. So I'm going to make 8 dots in each circle, and I'm going to count the total amount of dots. Again, whether you're drawing X's, dots, whatever the object is, make sure you space it out. Because if it's bunched up together, that's where students usually miscount and make a mistake. All right, so I have 2 circles, 8 dots in each circle. I'm going to count the total number of dots now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 3 times 8. So that means that we're adding 8 plus 8 plus 8. We're adding 8 3 times. So 8 plus 8 we know is 16. 16 plus 8 equals 24. So 3 times 8, if we're adding 3 groups of 8 together, the total that we get is 24. I'm going to use a different color now. Bring this a little closer because I want you ought to be able to see. I'm going to erase this so there's more room. So now, let's say I'm not great at counting by 8s yet. I can't do that in my head. I'm going to make 3 circles, and I'm going to count the total number. I'm going to put 8 objects in each circle, and I'm going to count the total amount of objects. You know what? Let me make the circles. I'll make them black. I'll make the circles black because the green's not really showing up. I have 3 groups. I'm going to put 8 in each group. I'm going to use triangles. I'll make the groups. I'll put the group 8 groups triangles. 3 groups of 8 triangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was sort of counting while I was making them, but I'm going to recount. It's always good to recheck because I kind of stopped counting while I was making them in the middle. All right, so I have 3 groups of 8 triangles, and now I'm going to count the total number of triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, so 3 groups of 8 triangles, and the total number of triangles is 24. Now, again, with the picture strategy, it is possible to arrive at the right answer, but again, it makes it a lot easier if you know how to skip count, if you're able to add the numbers or the groups of whatever the number is in your head. All right. Let's say we got 4 times 8 now. Again, if you want to try this problem on your own, you think you got it, I'm going to give you a few seconds. You can pause the video, try this on your own, and then unpause the video and see how you did. All right, so 4 times 8, that means that we're adding the number 8 4 times. So 4 times 8 times 8, if we were going to write it as an addition problem, it would be we're adding 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So we're adding the number 8 4 times. All right, so again, I'll do the skip counting strategy first, and then I'll erase it, and then I'll do it. I'll use the strategy where skip counting. I'll use the strategy without skip counting. All right. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. So 8 plus 8, no, let me write it like 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. Cross these out because we added them. 24 plus 8 is 32. So 4 times 8 equals 32. All right, so now I'll do the strategies for those of you who aren't able to count by 8s and add it in your head. All right, so now I'm going to make 4 circles. We're going to put 8 objects in each circle. And then we're going to count the total amount of objects. Doesn't really matter what the object is. So if the next is dots, I'll do squares for this one. So I now have 4 circles and 8 squares in each circle. So now I'm going to count the total number of squares, and I'll have my answer. So 4 groups, 8 squares in each group, and now I'm going to count the total number of squares. And I'll have my answer for 4 times 8. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Now, if you're not comfortable drawing a circle or you're not that good at drawing shapes, you don't trust your drawing skills, another way to do it is, without drawing any circles, is just to make it within rows. So you put an object in rows, and then you count the total amount. So 4 times 8, so I'm going to make, let's say I have x's, I'm going to make 4 rows of x's. I'm going to space the x's out here. Remember, again, if they're bunched up like this, that's where you miscount. So that's an example of what I've seen where it's caused students to make mistakes. So now I have 4 rows of 8 with 8 x's in each row, and I'm going to count again. You're always going for the total when you work multiplication. So I have 4 rows, 8 x's in each row. I'm going to count the total number of x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So again, 4 times 8 is 32. We're going to get back on the roll soon. All right, 5 times 8. So that means that we're adding the number 8 5 times. So if we were going to write that as a repeated addition problem, it would be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. All right, so now knowing the skip counting strategy, 8 plus 8 equals 16. Sixteen plus 8 equals 24. Twenty-four plus 8 equals 32. And 32 plus 8 equals 40. So 5 times 8 equals 40. Now again, if you aren't able to skip count, skip counting really does make it a lot easier if you're able to continually add 8 or whatever the number is in your head. It makes it so much easier. But again, there is a way to solve the problem if you're not able to do that. So again, if you're not able to solve it in your head, make 5 circles. And you draw, doesn't really matter what the object is, but let's say I'll do dots this time. 5 circles, I'm going to draw 8 dots in each circle, and I'm going to count the total number of dots. All right. So I have 5 groups of 8 dots. I'm counting the total number of dots now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right, 5 times 8 equals 40. And again, if you're not that comfortable drawing circles, the other strategy, if you're not able to do it in your head, is to just put whatever the object is in rows. So I'll demonstrate that now. So I have 5 rows, 8 dots in each row. And again, same thing. Count the total number of dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right. And when you're reviewing a fact family, we're all the way up to 5 times 8. Remember what the answers were when we were doing 1 times 8, 2 times 8. If you're counting the dots and after row 2, you don't have 16 dots, you probably miscounted. If you've counted 3 rows of dots and at the end of your 3rd row, you didn't get 24, you probably miscounted. Because when you multiply by a number, or multiplying by 8, it's always going to be 8 more than what the previous answer was. All right, we're moving right along. All right, 6 times 8. I did not expect the video to be this long, but I don't want to stop midway through, especially since it gets harder as you go up the times table. All right, 6 times 8. That means that you're adding the number 8 6 times. You're adding 6 groups of 8 together. So 6 times 8, if we're going to write it as a repeat addition problem, Six times 8 is the same as 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. All right. So we'll go with the skip count strategy first. So 8 plus 8, we all know that is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 plus 8 is 32. 32 plus 8 equals 40. And then 40 plus 8 equals 48. Six times 8 equals 48. Now again, strategies if you're not able to do it in your head. A lot of repetition. Some of you guys, I think a lot of you guys and girls understand the strategies by now, but I'm here for everybody, so I want to keep reviewing just for those that need to see the repetition a little more. Some need it more than others. So 6 times 8. So you're going to draw 6 circles. You're going to put 8 objects in each circle. Doesn't really matter what the object is. And I'll go with X's for this one. Say I haven't done X's in too long. I said it doesn't matter what the object is, and I mean, as far as solving the problem, it doesn't, but I would pick an object that you're able to draw really, really easily. Like, if you try to draw elephant heads in here, don't do that because it'll take a very, very long time. X's, dots, squares, but something that you can draw relatively easily and that you can space out relatively easily. If you find that you're not able to fit the object in the circles, what I would do is erase and make a bigger circle. Because I know these circles are a little small. Here I can tell them apart, but in this circle, that's probably an example of where the X's are a little too close together. You want to space them out as much as possible so you can kind of see. All right, but again, I'm going to count the total number of X's, and I'll have my answer for 6 times 8. I have 6 groups of 8 X's. I count the total number of X's, and I'll have my answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So 6 times 8 equals 48. All right, got about 4 more of these left. Again, if you're having trouble drawing circles, another option, another picture strategy, if you're really having a hard time doing it in your head, is to draw whatever the object is in rows. I'll alternate demonstrating how to. This one I did in circles. The next problem for the picture strategy, I'll do it in rows. All right. All right, 7 times 8 now. So that means that we're adding the number 8 7 times. All right. So here we go. 8 plus 8 is 16. So we just added 8 twice. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 plus 8 is 32. 32 plus 8 equals 40. Ooh, I forgot to cross the 8 out after I did the last one. 40 plus 8 equals 48. And 48 plus 8, I'm going to erase here. One more group 8 to add. Eight plus 8 equals 56. Seven times 8 is 56. Now again, let me do another strategy for those of you that have a difficult time doing it in your head. Haven't quite mastered the skip counting yet. So I'm going to make 7 rows of 8. I'm going to make an object, and I'm going to do 7 rows of 8 of whatever the object is. Go with dots this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we have 7 rows of 8 dots. We're going to count the total number of dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. 7 times 8 is 56. All right, 3 left. Whew. Getting tired, but I ain't stopping. So 8 times 8 means that we're adding the number 8 times. So I think you all get the idea. Everyone gets the idea now, but so we're adding the number 8 times. All right, so 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. Two plus 8 is 40. 40 plus 8 is 48. Forty-eight plus 8 is 56. 56 plus 8, 64. So 8 times 8 equals 64. Now let me demonstrate a strategy. For those of you that aren't able to quite do it in your head yet. All right. So let's say skip counting by 8. Can't really do that yet. Or I know what 8 plus 8 is, but I don't know what 8 plus 8 plus 8 is. I get it. So we're going to draw 8 circles. We're going to put an object in each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put 8 objects in each circle. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 circles, and we're going to put 8 objects. We'll use X's, I guess, for this one. 8 objects in 8 X's in each circle. Count the total number of X's. Of course, the other option is to draw the 8 x's in rows. All right, so now I'm going to count the total number of x's, and total number of x's will be my answer. Looking at this, it's not going to mess me up, but it is a little bit too bunched up. I would say the x's are a little too close together. This isn't ideal. I would, if you're using this strategy to solve a math problem on your own, I would definitely make the circles bigger and spread the x's out a little bit more, because it's definitely, they're really close together, and that does make it easier to miscount. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. 8 times 8, 64. Same answer, just we went about getting it a different way. All right, 2 more problems, and then we are done with this live stream. So 9 times 8, that means that we have 9 groups of 8, and that we're adding the number 8 9 times. So I'm going to write what that would look like as an addition problem. Nine times 8, so that means that we're adding 8 plus 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 8. All right. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 16 plus 8 equals 24. 24 plus 8 equals 32. 32 plus 8, there's a bug on that wall. 32 plus 8 equals 40. 40 plus 8 equals 48. 48 plus 8 equals 56. 56 plus 8 equals 64. 64 plus 8 equals 72. I didn't cross the 8s out as I was going along this time. But just to make sure that I added 8 9 times. 8 plus 8 equals 16. So in this problem, I added 8 twice. 16 plus 8, 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, add the number 8 9 times. So 9 times 8 equals 72. All right. So now, strategy if you're not able to do it in your head. If you're not able to do it in your head, here's another strategy. You can make 9 rows of 8. I'll go with x's, so I'm going to make 9 rows of 8 x's. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, arm's getting tired. So I have 4 rows of 8 now. 5 rows of 8. All right, 9 rows of 8. All right, so count 9 rows of 8 X's. You count the total number of X's, you have your answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. 9 times 8 equals 72. Times 8 equals 72. All right. Last problem of the stream right here. All right. 10 times 8. So that means that you're adding 10 groups of 8. That means that you're adding the number 8 10 times. See how small I had to draw the 8s to fit 10 8s in there? 10 times 8 is the same as 8 plus 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 8. Okay. So if we're going to skip count, 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 plus 8 is 32. Just added 4 groups of 8. 6 more. 32 plus 8 is 40. 40 plus 8 is 48. 48 plus 8 is 56. 56 plus 8 is 64. 64 plus 8, 72. 72 plus 8 equals 80. So 10 times 8 equals 80. Now again, if you are not able to do 10 times 8 in your head, if you're not able to just skip count by 8s and just add 8 to every number like that, I'll give you a picture strategy. So if you're not able to just do 10 times 8 in your head like that and skip count, you can draw 8 circles, and you can draw 10 circles and put 8 objects in each circle, or you can draw 10 rows of an object and draw 8 objects in each row. Either one will work. I'm going to go with the rows picture strategy simply because I'm limited in space, and the circles would have to be very, very small if I'm going to fit 10 circles here. All right, so I'll go with dots this time. Ten rows of 8. So I have 10 rows of 8 dots. I'm going to count the total number of dots and have my answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Sometimes 80 is 80. Now, as you can see, even though you're able to find the right answer without skip counting, using manipulative, using picture strategies, it does take a lot longer. It takes a lot longer if you have to count each object out. It's a lot quicker. It's a lot more efficient if you're able to skip count. Efficiently. If you're able to fluently count by fives, by eights, by tens, by set, whatever the number is. Now, if neither of these two picture strategies worked, another way to do it is make some physical arrays. If we're working with the 8 fact family, take objects, take Pepsi cans, make 10 rows of Pepsi cans with 8 cans in each row. Or 8 rows of Pepsi cans with 10 cans in each row. You can actually make another option is to actually make physical arrays or use physical manipulatives. But that is my live stream on skip counting by 8 and the 8 fact family. Another day, most likely tomorrow, I'll probably do a live stream on the 9 fact family. But I hope this was helpful, and hope everybody has a great evening and a great rest of the day. All right. And that is the stream for today.